Hazbin Hotel is from the devil.
I don't actually think that.
My title, it was purposely provocative to get more clicks and views. Alright, who can blame me? As a serious lifetime Christian, I'm going to share my thoughts and feelings on the show Hazbin Hotel because the show, it pulls a lot of inspiration from Christianity, from the Bible. Naturally, a Christian's going to have some feelings about that, and maybe you might be interested in hearing that. This isn't a review. This is not some sort of sermon. I'm just sharing my perspective, my thoughts on the show, my feelings on the show. Alright? Cool.
I had extremely mixed feelings while watching this. Half the time I loved it and was really, really enjoying myself, and the other half I hated it and really wanted to stop watching. I loved the animation, the characters, and the songs. I found Charlie to be inspiring and relatable. Not all the jokes quite landed for me, but I'd be lying if I didn't say I had a good chuckle every now and then. And dang, Angel's arc was brutal. I may have shed a tear or two for him. There's lots of stuff to appreciate about this show, but my negative feelings are a bit more complicated and unique than my positive ones, so I'm gonna spend the majority of the video trying to explain what made me uncomfortable as a Christian viewer. Hazbin Hotel feels very earthy to me. Like Earth. I mean, like real life. Throughout watching the show, I got a strong feeling that the angels are meant to represent Christians in real life, and the sinners were meant to represent non-Christians in real life. Everyone was just so incredibly human. On top of that, there's a lack of the voice of God, which feels, like real life, and everyone kind of is confused about what is true and what's not and what gets you to heaven, also kind of like real life, which, no issues with any of that. My only problem comes in when you see that only negative Christian stereotypes were represented. Only Christians that neither understand nor respect who Jesus was and what he taught. And the main good non-Christian was standing up for what biblical Christianity already provides, redemption for sinners. So the only people standing up for what Jesus taught are the people that aren't even realizing they're doing it. And to add insult to injury, they have the name of Satan behind them. Which wouldn't really matter if you don't believe in Satan, but as someone that does, it's horrific. It feels to me how like it would probably feel to you if they had the name of Donald Trump behind them. Like they're still doing everything that they're doing, they're still good, but Donald Trump is getting the glory for it. It's uncomfortable, and I don't like it. The first person we meet from heaven is Adam. He thinks he can do no wrong. He thinks he's earned his place in heaven. He sucks. He's the worst. His partner, mean, angry, hateful person. His superior, Sarah, completely complacent about the killing of sinners. There are some good angels, though. There's Vaggie, who had mercy on some sinners. She was excommunicated for it. There's also Emily. She's pretty ignorant. She didn't know about all the killings. She finds out and she's like, this is not good. This is not what I'm about. She flips sides. She sings with Charlie. Heaven isn't really convinced by her. She's a lone goodin in the sea of sucky angels. The show never says, hi, I'm anti-Christian. All Christians suck and are evil, and the ones that don't will leave Christianity and join the fight against those evil mother freakers. But it sometimes felt like that's what the show was saying. I don't know if you guys got that, but I was feeling that, And it's hurtful because I don't act like Adam. I don't support people that act like Adam. Like, obviously I'm safe. I live in America. No one's gonna spit on me while I walk down the street for being a Christian. But, everyone's experienced being judged and disliked for the group that they're in. Basically, if you have any physical appearances, any likes and dislikes, and any sort of world belief, you're gonna be labeled and you're gonna be judged for it. And that always sucks. Christians are no stranger to this judgment, of course, and our certain negative stereotypes are perfectly represented by the angels. Jerky, entitled, self-righteous, or ignorant. So part of what I really did not enjoy about Hazbin is watching it reinforce all of these negative stereotypes that I sometimes get grief for.
But, on the other hand, I know that Christians like Adam are real. Because real people like Adam and his partner exist, of course, characters like Adam and his partner will naturally also exist. I can't really be mad about that. These Christians that are bad people like Adam, they do a lot more than just make Christians like me look bad. They hurt and belittle their family members, their students. They're just running around giving people religious trauma all willy-nilly. Art and stories are a great way for people to process their trauma and then move on from it. So I can see how perhaps a show like this would help someone who has been hurt by Christians in their life. So because of that, I cannot be mad about the angels being represented in this way. So with hurt in one hand and understanding in the other, I watched on. Next thing I want to talk about are the similarities between Charlie from Hazbin and Jesus Christ from the Bible. I'm being completely serious. Starting with the similar opposition that they face. So Charlie, she has the angels. Jesus, he has a similar enemy, a group called the Pharisees. They were looked up to in their society. They were clean, they did everything right, they knew the Bible really, really well. They had money, they had status, they had social influence. They're seen as the good guys, but they suck. They're self-righteous, entitled, hypocritical, all words that both describe the Pharisees in the Bible and the angels in Hazbin. Why did Jesus and Charlie have these enemies? Because Charlie and Jesus both care a lot about the outcasts, the people that are seen as unwanted and worthless, the people that often see themselves as unwanted and worthless. Jesus and Charlie, they don't see them as worthless. They love them, they care about them, they care for them, and they want to help them. They ate with these people, they hung out with these people, they called these people family. They are shown to look upon the suffering with compassion and love, both Jesus and Charlie. Now, all that love and compassion and support towards those lowlifes just so happens to threaten the control and order of the people in power. So, the angels target Charlie, and the Pharisees target Jesus. But Charlie and Jesus, they overcome. They win in the end. And people like Sir Penchance and the thief on the cross get to live better lives in heaven. Redemption for sinners. That's what they're all about. Jesus in the Bible is represented as a perfect and flawless deity. Now, Charlie, she has a lot of human-like flaws. She's not perfect, but, she tries hard and she cares. I think she's actually a lot more similar to a devoted follower of Jesus than Jesus himself. Charlie is what a Christian is meant to be. I found her very enjoyable and honestly quite relatable in her efforts to help the people around her. As a sinner myself and a devoted follower of Jesus, redemption of sinners is kind of what I'm all about too. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with giving a secular non-Christian character good Jesus-like qualities. In fact, I think I understand why the main heroes of the show are all from the non-Christian side. That being, receiving more love and acceptance from non-Christians than from Christians is a common life experience. Many people only ever run into misguided or outright mean Christians in their life. The only safe place for them is with their kinder, non-religious friends and family. Because that's a real-life experience, of course it's represented in TV as well. I can't be mad about that, but it does make me sad. People experiencing Christianity in such a negative way in real life is an incredibly sad and upsetting fact to me, because, my God means a lot to me. My own personal experience with Christianity hasn't been perfect, but ultimately extremely beneficial for my life and my identity. And on top of that, I believe that the Bible is real and true. So naturally, I want others to see the beauties of my religion and the goodness of my God. Knowing that many have a very bad view of my beloved God is upsetting. I don't blame people for hating Christianity. The thing that I blame is sin. The sin that Christians commit that ultimately give Jesus a bad rep. The Bible has always taught that all people are messed up and sinful. It's only natural that the church is as affected by sin as the rest of the world.
So, watching Hazbin has been a bit of a rough time for me. But seeing sweet little Sir Penchants overcome his fears to confess his love for Cherry made it all worth it. See you guys in season 2. Thanks for watching.